What's up, everybody? 3x to the Lex right back at you with one more video. Let's get into it. Alright, today, the N64 show. I'm here to show some N64 games. As we know, N64, one of the legendary Nintendo platforms. Tons of AAA games, iconic games that appeared on this platform. Just really outstanding platform. Tons of great games. One of my favorites from that platform, the one we're starting with today, Mario Kart 64. My favorite Mario Kart ever. Extremely well done. And, it's just an outstanding game. So I wanted to show it off. It runs great. So far, I haven't been able to find much issues with this game. I'll say one thing though. It seems a bit finicky sometimes about starting up. You may have to exit. This is the rare occasion I've noticed where you might actually have to exit out of a game temporarily and and go back in. Like if you start it and it doesn't start up initially, you may have to exit out and come back in. But other than that, like this game, like when it starts, it's like fantastic. It doesn't control well with the arcade stick as you would imagine. So, excuse my garbage play. But it runs fantastic. The frame rate is high just like I remember it. All the weapons work. Graphics look great. There's no screen tearing. It's just an outstanding game. Anybody doesn't know, sequel to the original Mario Kart from Super Nintendo, which ended up being a big hit. I played pretty much all of them, even the arcade Mario Karts. For its time, 64 was like my favorite game. I was a big fan of this game. I had it when it first came out. It's an outstanding game. Tons of fun. 4 players. I used to play this thing all the time with friends and just whoop ass. We used to bet for $5 and stuff. So, good times. Alright, for this game, you definitely want to use a controller. So you want to invest in a good RetroPie controller. Or you want to use, I think the Pi is compatible with the Logitech steering wheel. I'm not entirely sure of that, but I have heard that on different forums. I know Hyperspin is the PC, but that's another story. But, anyway, definitely use a controller. Other than that, outstanding. 4 players work. Hey man, this is probably one of the great games on this cab. Anyway, that's Mario Kart 64. Like I say, sometimes it could be a little finicky on startup. So you may have to try to start this one and exit out and get it and restart it. But other than that, I found that one to be a little finicky. But yeah, when it's working great though. Like it starts up correctly, it's working fantastic as you can see. All right, next Super Mario 64. This is one of the OG. This is pretty much the OG N64 game. So, it launched with the system. It runs fantastic on this system. It runs fantastic. So, doesn't have any issues. The graphics look great. It's been upscaled since it's, pretty much running a high definition now. The game plays fantastic. So, again, with this being a console game, you want to definitely use a controller with this game. Like, this isn't, it handles okay with an arcade stick, but this is a game that does best with controllers. But anybody that's familiar with this, one of the great Mario games, absolute classic. I remember when this game first came out, when the system launched, graphics were crazy. One of the best looking, if not the best looking games at that time. And really showed off what this hardware could do. Man, I haven't played this in so long. This brings back memories for sure. Oh, look at that, look at that. But as anybody can see, this game runs fantastic. There's no frame rate dip. Graphics look great. It's very, very, very smooth. Just like I remember this game running on the original hardware. Outstanding game, man. Definitely an outstanding game. Having all these console games on here, especially and they run like this, is just a treat, man. It just kind of really goes to show you, how much technology has advanced, where you can just have all of this stuff at your fingertips, and at this price for what it's going for, man. For me, the console games is just pretty much just the gravy on, it's just gravy for me, because I buy an arcade cabinet to play classic arcade games and stuff, but to have all these console games too, it's just kind of really a big bonus, man. I don't even remember how to beat this guy. I ain't played this game since probably the 90s. Crazy too, because this is like one of my favorite Mario games. So many games, so little time though. He's on me now. Beat that clown. There you go, stage complete. Alright, well, you know, that's Super Mario 64. You know, one of the great N64 games, one of the great platformers ever, to be honest. So definitely check that out when you get this cabinet. It's an outstanding game. Now I want to go to one of my other favorites. And that's Star Fox 64. Hey, this is an outstanding game, man. You know, this is my favorite 3D space shooter ever. You know, probably in my top 5 for space shooters ever, but it's my favorite 3D space shooter ever. This was an outstanding game, man. 3D graphics compared to the original Star Fox on Super Nintendo was just unbelievable when this game came out. The graphics was crazy. I remember when this came out, the summer of '97, this and GoldenEye pretty much kind of came out back to back. I think GoldenEye came out like a month or two later. Man, everybody just kind of put their PlayStation to the side when this came out, man. And GoldenEye, like, this game was crazy, man. Big fan. Star Fox runs great. There's a few minor sound inconsistencies that pop up here and there, but the game runs great. It's 100% full playable. It runs smooth, and it's not anything that really, like, you know, like really messes with the experience at all. It's an outstanding game, man. Again, this is not a game, you know, for arcade sticks, but for the sake of showing this off. It doesn't handle too bad arcade stick wise. But anyway, this is one of my favorite games, man. This N64 section, it really took me back, man. I'll tell you that. I know a lot of you guys been asking me to show off some N64 games, and you want to see some 3D games and all that, man. But yeah, this N64 section really took a brother back, man. Like, seriously. Man, what I wouldn't do for a remastered version of this game for the Switch, that would be badass, but I I'm not holding my breath for it because I know it's unlikely to happen. We'll probably just get Mario or Zelda for the millionth time.
Get the one behind me. Something's wrong with the data fuse. Use the boost to take. I guess I should be thankful.
Outstanding game though. I remember the graphics was crazy for this game though. When it first came out, this game really started to show what this system could do. As you can see, these games run pretty smooth. They look outstanding too. So, N64 games have held up really well. Graphically, I mean, they don't look next gen or anything, but they've definitely held up really well. Like this game looks very good, and the fact that it's upscale now, that helps tenfold.
I will not be defeated by this world. I am Emperor. We're heading out. All aircraft report.
You did it! I was worried for a moment.
You're becoming more like your father. I'm fine. You okay over there, Pop?
But hey, outstanding game. This was my favorite Star Fox, and definitely one of my favorite. This was pretty much my favorite 3D shooter ever, Spaceship. So, hey man, outstanding game. Anyway, that's Star Fox 64. I wanted to show that off. You know, as one of my favorites. You know, definitely one of the GOAT N64 games for sure. And hey, I gotta show GoldenEye. Like, come on, man. Perfect Dark too. I want to give a shout out to Perfect Dark. Outstanding game. I'm gonna show off Perfect Dark in maybe part 2 of this. But I gotta show off GoldenEye. Alright, GoldenEye 007. Hey man, what else can I really say? This game is iconic. It might be the most popular N64 game. It's tough to say. There's many popular N64 games. It's too many really to say. This game just was something else, man. Unfortunately, the version here does not run 100%. I haven't had too many issues with a lot of the other N64 games, but there are some that have issues, and unfortunately, GoldenEye is one. I mean, sound inconsistencies, just the way it plays. There's like frame rate stutter. It's not super, consistent, and you know, it's just kind of a disappointment, man, to be perfectly honest. Because this is one of my favorites, man. This was like the console FPS. You know, 4 players with this was like turned into an all-day experience back in the day when this game came out. Oh yeah, I forgot. You can't even play this with an arcade stick, man. So, yeah. Yeah, you need a controller for this, guys. I almost forgot. I did play this a while ago and it slipped my mind. Yeah, you need a controller. But I wanted to show you this game anyway. It runs okay. You can play it, but you really need a controller, man, to play that. And like I say, it's got a lot of inconsistencies and a lot of frame rate inconsistencies and a lot of sound inconsistencies. It is playable though, but it's one of those games that, you know, hopefully by the time the next Pi comes out, you know, N64 will be 100%. But yeah, GoldenEye, Killer Instinct Gold has that issue. Was not running 100% smooth. Hydro Thunder runs great on here, but the Dreamcast version is on here, and it's a lot better than the N64 version. You know, that's too bad on Killer Instinct 2. You know, that's outstanding fighting game. You know, one of the greats. You know, so, and also. Like I mentioned earlier, Perfect Dark, you know, great game. Mega Man 64. I'm gonna have to do a part 2 and maybe a part 3 of N64 because it's like nearly 400 games in the N64 section. I'm not sure if that's all of the ones ever made, but you know, to be perfectly honest, there's so many of them. And you know, the most significant N64 games are here, you know. So again, I have to make part 2 of this, and you know, and we can really like go more in depth in some of the other games and everything. But other than that, hey man, that's all I got for today. And 3x to the Lex out, and I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace. Like, comment, and subscribe too.